Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, the DAIC pleased its pre-budget consultations with the Prime Minister have paid off. Students studying in the US advised to go online this semester in light of the severity of the COVID-19 pandemic. And local economist proposes an immigration program to increase Dominica's population to boost the economy. The details coming up.
Avec Flow, animé on top up, sign up, quittez yo, every video join Flow. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Are you still washing your hands regularly, wearing your mask in public, and practicing social distancing? 0 cases does not mean COVID-free. Stay home if you're not well to keep others from getting sick. Continue to avoid crowds in public spaces. Always keep your guard up. We're still fighting this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
The Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce is pleased that its 2 main areas of concern or areas of representation were addressed in the 2020-2021 national budget. Andrea Louis has that story.
Executive Director of the DAIC, Lizra Fabian, says before the budget presentation, the association met with government officials to discuss 2 main areas which it would like to see receive attention in the national budget. These areas were increased economic activity for members and local businesses, and secondly, for measures to facilitate development on the island.
At DIC, we believe that capital projects are expected to be the primary engine of growth, and moreover, the ability to access local government supply chain directly and indirectly were identified as crucial to our membership. We are really pleased that the government has revealed the expected overall and updating of the Procurement Act, and with consultation and input from its 2 biggest institutional partners and funding bodies, the World Bank and the European Union. We look forward to engaging our membership in reviewing this new act once it becomes available, as this is of great importance to our private sector. In addition to this act, the commitment to increase procurement of supplies from local suppliers is one of the key factors in growing our public and private sector partnership here in Dominica.
The measures outlined to increase financing for local businesses was also applauded by the DAIC.
The government has assured us that the Aid Bank will be retasked with providing more flexibility for financing businesses, in particular to our firms who are over-leveraged with viable cash flow forecasts and management plans. DIC is also pleased that our representation made on preparing Dominica for a marina and a growing yachting and boating industry was successful, however with concessions which are made to help grow this industry.
Other areas highlighted in the budget also met the approval of the DAIC as they are geared towards economic development.
The DIC executive has also supported the delayed enactment of a property tax on derelict properties, in particular in Roseau and environs. And the continued enhancement of Roseau remains a key concern, and businesses continue to feedback on the need for cleaner, greener, and more developed Roseau. DIC is also pleased to see the inclusion of other advocacy points over the years which have been included in this year's budget. This includes the Small Business Act, enhancement of our human resource through a trained and well-educated workforce, decriminalization of marijuana, among others.
The DAIC committed to supporting the implementation of the goals of the budget and continued development of Dominica and the private sector. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
A local economist proposing an immigration program to help boost the country's population in order to improve the economy. Here again is Andrea Louis with more.
The 2020-2021 National Budget Presentation, themed The Road to Dynamic Dominica, Fostering Economic Resilience, highlighted a number of government's plans to develop the country. While economist McCarthy Murray is on board with the development plan, he believes the decreasing population will have a ripple effect on the level of progress the country can make.
There was one thing in the budget I think that was kind of missing. It's that the main resource of any country, of course, is its people, their capacity to produce, etc., one of which depends on education and all of that stuff. However, the number of people to be trained in school keeps going down and down and down every year, which means that we are having less and less people to work, because the population of Dominica, 2011 census, was 71,239 people. In 2017, it was estimated at 67,400 people.
If the trend continues of fewer births and deaths, Murray foresees fewer people to engage in activities meant to stimulate economic activity.
The number of people who are being born, who were born in 2017, that's last year I have the figure for, was less than the number of people who died, by about 400. Which means that just from that birth and death thing, the population is falling. And if the population keeps falling and keeps being aged, our capacity to produce naturally diminishes. All the talk about agriculture and so on there cannot happen if there are no people here to engage in these activities or in any activity at all.
Mr. Murray believes the steps need to be taken to address the country's dwindling population in order for national development plans to realize maximum success.
It's time that the government and the people of Dominica put that problem forward and design programs, which usually will cost some kind of money, to rectify the situation. And where I'm sitting there, I would say the only way the situation can be rectified is to have an immigration program that would bring people who were born elsewhere to Dominica to replace us when we exit, because we aren't producing enough people to replace ourselves.
In other news now, a call to parents to embrace the blended classroom approach. The COVID-19 crisis forced schools in Dominica to move to e-platforms so the children could be educated at home. Principal of the Massac Kenville Primary School, Miriam Lewis, says she would like to see greater involvement of parents in ensuring their children succeed via e-learning.
I would like to see greater involvement of the parents, because maybe that might be the way for us to stay. Because if we have to be doing maybe, let's imagine in September, we have to be doing social distancing. This school can only hold 9 per class. We have a roll of 308 students. It might be 300, it will be in the range of 300 for next school year for sure, based on our new entrants coming in. So it means that there will have to be new structuring of the school. And so therefore the Google platform will still be in play. So we want the parents to find themselves on board, and we'd like the government to assist the parents who will need the device, to ensure that everybody has a device. And some people they need internet at their home, because when the school closes at 6 o'clock, they can go into school and do their schoolwork.
Luis applauds the Google platforms and looks forward to seeing this program used in the upcoming academic year.
To me, it's a very good platform. As a principal, I find it's one of the best things I've seen, because I'm able to monitor my students, the teachers, when they're working, and every child has a history. So I can know exactly who's doing their work, who has missed classes, who has not been on the platform, who sent late submission. When you open up, you get all that. You get their scores. It is great. For a person like me, I'm not an IT person. And if I tell you it is great, it is great. But the thing is, it's been on teething stage, and with time, people learn to appreciate it.
And a $75 million investment in the development of the digital economy is expected to deliver more jobs for Dominica's young people. The Prime Minister says Senator Cassani Laville has been handpicked to spearhead this effort as Minister for the specially created portfolio, the digital economy. The Prime Minister says this sizable investment means the welfare of the country's young people is a priority for government.
I am particularly excited about this because I see this as an opportunity for our young people to be able to be the architects and the engineers, the builders of this digital transformation of Dominica, because they, at the end of the day, are going to be the major beneficiaries of this investment. $75 million being invested to transform Dominica, to create better paying jobs, to create more jobs for people or young people who are to universities and looking for better paying jobs and increased opportunities. So I'm hoping that young people embrace it. This is why I've given this portfolio to Cassidy Laville. And I've given him, and he and Oscar George, as we saw in the program last week, last time they were here, I've given them a tabula rasa, a blank slate. Look, go ahead and take all actions you need to take to cause this to happen. You know, create your own cabinet, get the young people involved, get young people to advise you, get young people into the units, and let them be the ones to take this over. This will benefit the whole economy. It will benefit the whole economy, but I believe the major beneficiaries are young people. And $75 million in a time of COVID-19, at a time when the world is going through serious challenges, I mean, this is a major investment and a major show of confidence that the government has in the young people of Dominica.
The Labour Party initially outlined its plans for the digital transformation of Dominica in its 2019 election campaign manifesto. You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
Giving away $40,000 in cash, 2 bags of money plus a grand every Friday.
We're flowing better every day, and now we're making parties great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch the flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you want to win cash galore.
We flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Are you still washing your hands regularly, wearing your mask in public, and practicing social distancing? 0 cases does not mean COVID-free. Stay home if you're not well to keep others from getting sick. Continue to avoid crowds in public spaces. Always keep your guard up. We're still fighting this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Prime Minister Skerrit has addressed the concern of parents who do not wish to have their children rush back to resume studies in the U.S. in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. While Dominica only had 18 cases of COVID-19 and reported 0 deaths, the situation in the United States is quite different, to say the least. What's worse, ICE recently took steps to deport students who would be continuing studies online and not face-to-face.
My advice to students and to parents is that there's no need to rush the brush. You know, the situation in the United States is very serious. And the worst thing you want to have is for a child to be ill in the United States and to have limited insurance coverage and with all of the hospitals being overrun by people who are sick and so forth. A student sitting out this semester is not going to hurt the students in a dramatic way. I mean, your son is what, 20 years old, 21 years old? I mean, I don't think there's a need to rush the brush for you and your wife and the family to be preoccupied and concerned about his welfare and well-being. I think the children are better off there, and it's easy for you to get that to be done. You write to the school and say you'll sit out the semester, and there's a very simple administrative process for that. But the thing in the United States universities is that they need foreign students to be there to make money. They need you to come in to sleep in the dorms because they have arrangements with private sector entities on the dorms, and the dorms must make money. And the cafeteria, these are major lucrative contracts which universities have, and the universities benefit from this. And if we do not have international students there, they won't make money. And many of these towns rely and depend on the presence of the students for employment. Because a lot of these towns, in the case of Grambling, it is a university town. And once the university is closed, the place is as dead as anything else. And people's jobs would be in difficulties. And with 32 million people applying for unemployment benefits, if the schools remain closed, then those numbers will increase. So it's a personal decision you will have to make. I'm only giving you my sincere advice. That students should sit out this semester.
Government says it's serious about its intention to not only decriminalize specified quantities of marijuana, but also to seek to create a viable industry. Blackmore says going into the business aspect of marijuana cultivation should not be rushed.
Mr. Speaker, if you go to our manifesto, you'll see a holistic and comprehensive approach, properly catalogued in our manifesto, that speaks to how do we get access to that industry, both in terms of for medicinal purpose and other purposes. And the Labour Party is a very, very, very serious party. But the reality is, Mr. Speaker, it is something that has to be done incrementally. Last year, at our presentation in this Honourable House, the Prime Minister made his intention clear, and then we actually gave Dominicans the promise that we're going to decriminalize the possession of 28 grams of marijuana. Mr. Speaker, life is an evolutionary process, and no progressive individual can remain obstinate on a particular position for life. You have to emerge, you have to evolve, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, it is time. It is time for us to stop the stereotyping and victimizing of our young people whose only crime is smoking marijuana.
Cabinet has finalized the draft amendment to be taken up at the next sitting of Parliament to make it legal to carry 28 grams of marijuana or less.
We are saying further in this proposed amendment that will come before this Honourable House in the next sitting, that if you were convicted for 28 grams or below, that will not be able to be used against you anymore for getting a job in this country or elsewhere in the world, Mr. Speaker. And that is being progressive, Mr. Speaker. We're going further, and I'm happy that a good friend of mine is not in the house this morning. And we're saying that for your personal use, per household, one will be able to plant and to have free marijuana trees. Free. Not 30, but free. Now, Mr. Speaker, you'll appreciate there are a number of persons with more than one household, but his intention is for one household. But no law, when it's drafted, the intention is not fully appreciated. The proof on substance and intention of any intended law is only tested and measured when it's been applied, Mr. Speaker. So the law will be applied, and we'll be actually examining the way it's unfold in a practical manifestation, and then we might come back to the House to actually do a further amendment. If we find that John Brown has 16 houses and they have 16 preachers in every house, that is not the intention of this intended measure, Mr. Speaker.
And 2 new winners received the cash on Wednesday, marking the second bag of money draw at Flo Dominica since the draw resumed post-COVID-19. The latest winners, Anna Rose Charles Elwin of Newtown, won $500, and Jane Lucien picked up a $250 prize on behalf of Everett Frederick of the Kalindago territory.
You just won yourself $500. La ja shesh, with those hands were very on point today. So how do you feel today?
I feel good. I feel happy.
All right. And how long have you been with Flo?
Yes.
Yes, right.
To be honest, I cannot say how long, but I know it's years.
Wow. So a very loyal customer. And of course, you signed up for one of our postpaid plans, and that got you in the bag. To win the bag, you just won $500. So what would you like to say to all of the listeners out there?
Well, I would encourage anybody to, sign up with Flow. I'm very happy about, Flow. Good service, I have no complaints, and I guess if you do that, you can be one of them in the back too, so just do it.
Definitely. And you have it there, right? Just do it. Get yourself in the bag. To win the bag, you simply need to top up $10 or more, activate a prepaid combo plan, sign up for our postpaid plans, or put in your number and join the Flow family today. And that gets you into the bag to win the bag, and you could be a winner today like Mrs. Anna Rose.
Yes, because I had my doubts, but my daughter encouraged me, and I really I am happy about it.
I would like to say that you can't go wrong with Flow. Flow has excellent services, and I would like to encourage the people out there to continue patronizing Flow, top up, take your plans, and it's really, really good with Flow.
Of course, you have to be in it to win it. And of course, just by doing the regular things our customers are winning this summer. And of course, even if you're representing him, but even by topping up, you also get yourself into the bag. So once again, congratulations. And it's all about the fun. Of course, where we have our bag of money promotion, and it's all about making our customers smile this summer. So you simply need to do any of the 4 transactions. That is, top up $10 or more, activate a plan, port in, or sign up for our postpaid combo plans, and you get yourself in the bag to win the bag. Thank you so much.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Are you still washing your hands regularly, wearing your mask in public, and practicing social distancing? 0 cases does not mean COVID-free. Stay home if you're not well to keep others from getting sick. Continue to avoid crowds in public spaces. Always keep your guard up. We're still fighting this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out. Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah. From Flow.
Yo, check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash.
Oh, yeah.
2 bags of money plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making parties great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch to Flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore.
With Flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah. From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. The DAIC pleased its pre-budget consultations with the Prime Minister have paid off. Students studying in the US advised to go online this semester in light of the severity of the COVID-19 pandemic in the US. And the local economist proposes an immigration program to increase Dominica's population to boost the economy. You may access the news on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.